What's going on YouTube? Effect Records here. Today I'm bringing you another video from my 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer to EVO conversion build. Alright guys, so what's going on? So this is where I'm at with my conversion build. As you see, the wide body's starting to take shape. Got the metal panels on there. I try to keep it, you know, flush up against there. I'm gonna make a little bit of adjustments still to it, but that'll be basically when I make some tabs that go in the inside to push them out, make them the same size and all of that stuff. And then basically what I'm gonna do for the door is, it's not gonna be welded shut, but I'm gonna take that panel that I bought, the black panel that was on the other side. My last video, I think it shows it, but there's a black panel. I'm gonna set that up there so I can trace the door, and I'm gonna cut the door out so I can get the door to open and close. But right now, that's kind of what I got for how the metal is on the car. So I got both sides on. Now this one I kind of finished welding. As you can see, there's all those welds all the way up. So what I had to do for welding, so I tried to make sure the it was not going to warp, is I basically did, like, you know, 3 welds, moved to a different spot, 3 welds, moved to a different spot, 3 welds, and I just kept rotating, which took forever, but I mean I got it done. So with minimal warp, I mean there's a couple spots, like I think right in here it pulls down a little bit, but it's not that bad. Right in here is a little bit also, but it's not like crazy, it's fixable kind of thing. So, but definitely make sure to move around when you're doing it. So I ended up going, I want to say it's 3/4 wider than a stock EVO from the wheel well. Now the rear, I ended up tapering all the way back to the taillight. That's how I did that. I still got to smooth it out, make it smoother a little bit, but yeah, I tapered it all the way back to the taillights. So now it kind of like goes outwards and then hits the wheel well and then it gets sucked back into the door. That's kind of how it looks, which I think it looks good. I think it looks fine. Trying to think of anything else. A lot of times I forget things, but yeah. It took about a day and a half to get all the welds on, and I still got to cut the bottom as well. Then I'm not going to really do anything right here because I got to set up the bumper and try to figure out where the bumper goes so I can cut the bumper off, because this hangs too low right now. So that's another thing I got to worry about. And then for right here I didn't weld yet because I got to take a belt sander, but I forgot my belt sander at home. But I'm going to take a belt sander and basically make this more to the shape and a little bit past, and then weld that closed once it gets more of a half circle shape kind of thing. So that's what I got going for this side. Now the other side explains kind of how I made this a little bit better because I didn't weld it yet. So like on this side, as you see, it's just tack welded basically. But yeah, what I did was I had that original piece that I started with that I showed you in the last video, and I basically took this, bent the shape out of it after I cut it out. Now I used that, where's it at? I used right here. These are my templates, so that's what I used for a template, was these that I bought off eBay for like 300 bucks, and they definitely came in clutch because I did that shape, made it out of this, and then cut it with this Beverly shear thing that you just pull down and it cuts it. That's how I cut the shape out. But then I took it to the bender and I ended up bending it to try to match the top shape. That's why I got that roll on there. And then for the door, I did 2 pieces again. I took one piece on top that I made kind of like a triangle, except this time when I took it to the bender, I bend it, it wasn't perfectly straight. It was kind of at an angle, so like this area was flatter than this area, if that makes sense. And then what I did was I welded it on, and to make sure I had that shape is I held this in place while I welded, and then I welded it closed basically, and it maintained the wedge looking shape. And then I took the other panel, which I used the door, this piece. I used this piece right there to trace out the doors, and then I basically did the same thing for the other side. So I made both pieces from both sides at the same time so that they're both the same size, if that makes sense. And then I did the same thing kind of thing. Like I started the bend. Actually, I didn't. I remember I was going to, but I forgot when I bent it. So I had to tap these out. That's what those are. Those are hammer marks. So the bend starts there, works its way up. So that way, right here, it gets flat. So it blends in with the door. I'll make this blend in a little bit better when I'm that much closer. But that's kind of how I made the door shape. And then I made this a little bit wider so I can weld it onto the door. Now I was going to do the same thing with the top, but I forgot. Like I was cutting it with the shear, and I got down like right here, and I was like, oh dang. I meant to add an extra inch and a half, but when I marked it, I just traced it. But I meant to leave an inch and a half so that way it can overlap this whole door, so it can be nice and smooth all the way down. But I forgot, so that's kind of how I got it though. And then the rear kind of looked like this. And then what I did was I just on that side, I just cut this down a little bit so I can taper this off and then fold this over each other. And I took a little piece of metal to make this extend, because obviously it's not long enough. So that's kind of how I tackled that. So yeah, so this is basically what I've been working on this last week. So hopefully I'll be able to post this video today. I think it's coming along pretty nicely. I think it looks really good. In my opinion, you know, for not knowing, like my first fabrication job, I think it's all right. So, let's see. Hopefully the next video I post, I'll have it more complete, where I'll have the door be able to open and close, and the strips of metal at like the bottom. So like the whole wheel well stripped out. I also got to, real quick, I got to grind this back to basically be flush with the door or the wheel well. So I got to do that as well, which I plan on doing that as soon as I get done with both sides welding. And then once I get done with both sides welding, I'm probably going to work on that and then cut the bottom off. But hopefully my next video I'll be able to have the door open and close, all the way in there welded, basically getting it, if not done, but if not close to being done, if that makes sense. So like by the next video, hopefully it'll be complete, but if not, it'll be near complete. Just depends on how long it takes me, basically, because I don't want to keep you guys out a little too long to be waiting for another video. So it just depends on how far I am, because I don't really want to post a video unless I've done something significant in that video. Otherwise it's just like the same old stuff kind of thing. So it just depends on my progress with it. But right now I think it's coming along pretty good, because I didn't think I'd get this done as quick as I got it done. Just starting school last week, I think it was last week, and I got that attached and stuff. And I also made that patch that I don't think was in that last video. I made the patch for this side. So yeah, if you like this video, please comment, rate, and subscribe for more videos. I'll have another one here hopefully soon. As soon as this video is over, I'm going to start back on it. So yeah, catch you guys later. All right, peace.